Hello, everyone. I'm Cassie Premo Steele. Welcome to Green Ink Live. Each Wednesday in the month of June, I am teaching a 30-minute free live writing coaching session here on my Substack, combining a mindfulness principle with the work of some contemporary poets and teaching you how to apply mindfulness and poetic principles to your own life and work, whether you consider yourself a writer or simply a creative, or more importantly, a human being in this world, which sometimes feels like it's increasingly stressful and increasingly hard. So each Wednesday, I offer these classes free to my subscribers so that you can feel a sense of rest and calm and stability no matter what is happening in your life and your work. Today, we will be looking at the principle of letting go, which is one of the core principles of mindfulness-based stress reduction. I'm following the work of John Kabat-Zinn, as well as many spiritual teachers and practitioners. Letting go is necessary for all life and all growth. From the moment that the egg drops from the ovary or the sperm drops as it will, life is a series of letting go. We watch each fall or spring in the southern hemisphere as the trees let go of their leaves in order to prepare for winter and new growth in the next season. When you garden, you know that seeds come at the end of a plant's growth cycle. In the human world as well, we have to let go of crawling in order to stand up and walk. We have to let go of the bottle and the parent in order to join school and activities with our friends. As an adult, we move on from the person that we were as teenagers in order to become those fledgling adults in our 20s. In our 30s, we let go of the adults that we thought we might be. Often we are moving into new careers at that point or new phases in our parenting or caretaking responsibilities. And as we begin to age in our 40s, 50s, and beyond, we sometimes have to let go of the ways in which we navigated the world by pushing through. Our bodies are changing as they have been all our lives. But as we get close to the end of the cycle of our lives, there can be some grief associated with this. How is this positive? Well, it's positive because if you think about it, you at some level are glad you are not still an infant on a bottle or a breast. You are probably glad that you're no longer that teenager, so insecure and stressed. You are glad that you left that workplace or home place or marriage that took you to where you are today. And if you are going through a grief cycle in your life, then the positive aspects of letting go are simply there for you, like fruit for the picking. I'm going to start with a poem from my book called This Is How Honey Runs. And this poem is called Praise for the Leaving. Throughout our time together today, I will share poetry. This will be the only poem of mine that I will share. I'll also be sharing some poems by Joy Harjo, my favorite living poet. And I will be leading you in a mindfulness meditation so that you can experience in your body, mind, and spirit what letting go might feel like in this positive way. And we will also be doing some journaling. So we won't do a ton of it, but I like to anchor the lessons for you in journaling so that you can use your own sacred circle between the hand, the pen, the belly, the heart, and the throat, and put your truth on the page. This is Praise for the Leaving. I want to sing a song of praise for the leaving, for the bag packed, the tearful goodbye. I want to frame the beauty of last looks and longings for one more moment. I want to share my worship of the road, the wheel, the train in the distance, the solidity of a closed door, the comfort of night, the resting in letting go. I want to make a triptych of endings, and in the final note of singing, I will dance the steps of a new beginning, the waning moon watching as she does every morning as the last day goes away. That was Praise for the Leaving from This Is How Honey Runs. Let's turn to our journals now and write simply for 2 minutes. If you are listening to this and don't have a journal nearby, you can just meditate on this question. What are you ready to leave behind? We'll write in response to this for 2 minutes. Begin. Good. Go ahead and finish the phrase that you're writing. and then shut the journal or turn the page. One of the aspects to my teaching method when it comes to writing is that I encourage you not to read over what you've written right away. The mind is in a creative, generative, connective space as we are writing. And if you find yourself tempted to read over what you've written right away, the mind will shift into more of an editorial, critical stance, very judgmental. And you are not yet the person that you are becoming through the act of having written. And so we need to let go of what we have just written, not read it over, let it be like seeds in the dark in the spring and return to it later. So there's letting go that's very important in the writing process as well. I want to talk a little bit more about the process of mourning and grief when it comes to letting go. There are two main actions or ways that we can respond to sadness, grief, and mourning. These come from Freud and other people in the psychological profession. The names for the actions are incorporation and negation. You can imagine that incorporation means taking in, and negation means pushing away or negating. So think of a situation in which maybe when you were younger, you went through a separation. It could have been a separation with a friend or more of a main relationship, could have been a separation with a place or a school or a job. In the mourning process, we make choices about how we deal with the loss, and we can take it in, we can let it become part of ourselves. You may have had friends who've had parents pass away. And after the death of the parent, they take on some aspects. They understand deeply some traits, some habits, and some personality quirks of the beloved dead. This is a way of incorporating the person that we have lost. Similarly, when we move from a job or a workplace or a home, we might take places, things, symbols, or strategies, qualities that we learn there, and we can take them with us and make those part of our lives. In this way, mourning through incorporation allows us to be more complex. We bring in other aspects of people, places, and activities into our lives. We can also negate in a time of mourning, which means to triumph, to achieve, to push away, to try to win or beat something. As someone who's living in the United States right now during a fascist regime, we can very easily see that the tendencies in our U.S. history have been toward negation. After 9/11, we fought back. We rooted them out. We have sports teams that allow us to fight and overcome. We have an economy, a Wall Street, a capitalist system that's about beating the other in order to persevere and achieve. Excuse me. One of the ways that we can think of all of these negation tendencies is as a way of pushing away the deeper, more emotionally difficult work of incorporation. Incorporation tends to be gendered as female in our culture. So there are things like making art or bringing together photo albums. Often at a memorial, people will have a slideshow, creating something in the memory of the loved one. All of these things are ways to incorporate and create a new self, to make something out of the emotions that we're feeling. The negation tends to be gendered as masculine in our culture. And because we live in a masculine dominant culture, all of those things, like the violence, the sports, the economic overcoming, tend to be the ways that we deal with loss and grief collectively. Mm, had to incorporate some water. So, beyond the binary of masculine, feminine, incorporation, negation, good, bad, black, white, what letting go allows us to do is to be whole, whole selves, whole communities, whole societies, a whole planet. This is a balance. It's a cycle. How can a new day begin if the night never goes away? How can it get better if we don't let go of where we are right now? Let's turn to a couple poems by the poet Joy Harjo to explore this more fully. I recommend all of her books. She has many books of poetry and two memoirs, as well as many anthologies that she has put together of Native poets. This one is a particularly nice one. It's called Weaving Sundown in a Scarlet Light, 50 Poems for 50 Years. And I will share with you her poem, Praise the Rain. Praise the rain, the seagull dive, the curl of plant, the raven talk. Praise the hurt, the house slack, the stand of trees, the dignity. Praise the dark, the moon cradle, the sky fall, the bear sleep. Praise the mist, the warrior name, the earth eclipse, the fired leap. Praise the backwards, upward sky, the baby cry, the spirit food. Praise canoe, the fish rush, the hole for frog, the upside down. Praise the day, the cloud cup, the mind flat, forget it all. Praise crazy, praise sad. Praise the path on which we're led. Praise the roads on earth and water. Praise the eater and the eaten. Praise beginnings. Praise the end. Praise the song and praise the singer. Praise the rain. It brings more rain. Praise the rain. It brings more rain. Let's turn to our journals again. The prompt this time is, what are you praising? And we'll write for another 2 minutes. Begin. Good. Go ahead and finish the phrase that you're writing. Once again, put the journal to the side. The next poem by Joy Harjo that I will share with you is called Prepare. We won't write after this poem. We'll go directly into a meditation. So if you want to get yourself into a meditative posture now, or lie back, sit back, get comfortable, you can just listen to the poem and then we'll go directly into the meditation. If you're interested in learning more about the poetry of Joy Harjo, as well as 6 other contemporary poets, I'm teaching a class for the Loft Literary Center on Saturday, June 28th. And you can look at my website, which is just my name, CassiePremoSteele.com, to find out more information about that, or you can go to the Loft Literary Center website for that. I've also written about it here on Substack. So if you like this kind of method and you want to know more about contemporary poets that can help us through their poetry with the healing that we are all being called to do right now as individuals and collectively, I hope you'll check out my poetry healing class at the Loft Literary Center. Prepare. You are a story fed by generations. You carry songs of grief, triumph, loss, and joy. Feel their power as they ascend within you, as you walk, run swiftly, even fly into infinite possibilities. Let go that which burdens you. Let go any acts of unkindness or brutality from or against you. Let go that which has burdened your family, your community, your nation, or disturbed your soul. Let go one breath into another. Pray thankfulness for this earth we are, for this becoming we are, for this sunlight touching skin we are, for the cooling of the dark we are. Listen now, as earth sheds her skin. Listen as generations move once against the other to make power. We are bringing in a new story. We will be accompanied by ancient songs and will celebrate together. Breathe this new dawn. Assist it as it opens its mouth to sing. Begin by taking a deep breath in and sit with a straight back, your head held erect on your shoulders, allowing the shoulders to fully relax. Place your hands on your knees and simply bring your attention to the flow of your breathing, feeling each in-breath and each out-breath. Just observing your breath without trying to change it in any way. Allowing the body to be still. Letting yourself sit with a sense of dignity, a sense of resolve, a sense of being complete in this very moment, with your posture reflecting this sense of holiness and wholeness. As you sit here, picture in your mind's eye as best you can a mountain. It may be one you have seen or something from your imagination. Observe its overall shape, its lofty peak high in the sky, and the large base rooted in the earth. How beautiful it is, how solid and unmoving. Now, as you sit here, you share in the massiveness and the stillness of the mountain. Your head and shoulders, its lofty peaks. Your body, its gently sloping sides. Your hips and legs, the base of the mountain, connected deep into the earth. Becoming a little more a breathing mountain. And now, as you sit here, become aware of the fact that as the sun travels across the sky, the light and colors and shadows are changing virtually moment by moment. Night follows day, and day follows night. A canopy of stars, the moon, and then the sun. Through it all, the mountain just sits, just being itself. It remains still as the mountains go through seasons, flowing into one another. And as the weather changes, moment by moment and day by day, calmness abiding all change. Clouds may come and clouds may go. The mountain's magnificence and beauty are not changed by the way people see it or by the weather. Seen and unseen in sun or clouds, broiling or frigid, day or night, the mountain just sits, being itself. Through it all, the mountain continues to sit, unmoved by what happens on the surface, by the world of appearances. And in the same way, as we sit in meditation, we learn to experience the mountain, embodying the same unwavering stillness and rootedness in the face of everything that changes in our own lives over seconds, over hours, over years. In our lives and in our meditation practice, we constantly experience the changing nature of mind, body, and of the outer world. Certainly, we experience storms of varying intensity and violence in the outer world, as well as in our minds and bodies. We endure periods of darkness and pain, as well as moments of laughter and joy. Even our appearance changes constantly, experiencing a weather of its own. By sitting like the mountain, we link up with its strength and stability and adopt it for our own. We can use its energies to support our energy, to encounter each moment with mindfulness and clarity. It may help us to see that our thoughts and feelings, our preoccupations, our emotional storms and crises, even the things that happen to us, are very much like the weather on the mountain. We tend to take it all personally, but its strongest characteristic is impersonal. The weather of our lives is not to be ignored or denied. It is to be encountered, honored, felt, known for what it is, and held in awareness. And in holding it in this way, we come to know a deeper silence and stillness and wisdom. Mountains have this to teach us and much more when we come to listen. Thank you for being here with me today. Feel free to share this video. Follow me here on Substack at Green Ink if you haven't yet. And I would love to see you in the Poetry Healing class online on June 28th. You can learn more about that at my website, CassiePremoSteele.com.